Welcome, everybody, for another Monday live lunch and learn. And we're here on a beautiful day in the lovely village where I live in Langebaan in Cape Town, outside Cape Town in South Africa. Beautiful summer's day outside, and I'm sitting here sharing with you on the 25th of November as we really start to wind up what's been going on this year. But it's not over yet. So today, I'm going to share a little bit of insights from my program, my professional pointer program. And the key element of why I wanted to share with you on this today is that I've had a lot of discussions around personal development with many colleagues. And one of the key things that I've found is missing in so many programs is that the program and the development of the individual is built on rocky ground. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't believe personal development programs, traditional ones, so to say, work. And here's why. Our minds, our subconscious mind, is so full of nonsense, stories, paradigms from history, from past experiences, that if you just add in new information into your conscious mind to try and ingrain it subconsciously, you're going to miss the mark. It's like a farmer. Before a farmer goes and plants a new crop, what does he do? He goes out there and he plows. He removes all the stones, the rocky ground. He removes all the weeds. He fertilizes and prepares. Then he plants. So our subconscious mind is similar. If you go and plant new things on top of rocky grounds, infertile, where there's lots of weeds and your paradigms and thoughts are misguided, how's that going to be sustainable long term? So we need to know who we are in depth, all of our failures, our pains, our fears, and our mistakes, before you can embrace new lessons for growth. So over the next 2 weeks, starting today and next week, I'm going to be going through my program for reclaiming who you are now. And this is taken from my life mastery journey for ambitious leaders. This is what it looks like. So in the first week, we're talking about step number 2 here, which is reclaiming who you are now. And this is 2 of 7 steps, by the way. And today, starting to break down what is called interperspective analysis, where you're going internally. Next week, we're going to be asking those around us, our colleagues, our friends, family. Now, this is all driven, those of you who have been on my calls before will know my self-centric cycle. And if you haven't seen this before, then on YouTube, you'll find there's a video explaining this. But effectively, what this is about is identifying who you are at the core of everything. See, who you are will directly be connected to why you do what you do, which are your motivations and your internal driving factor gets you out in the morning, which connects to how you do things and what you physically are doing, your business model, your activity. Now, all of these directly link into who you are now and who you ultimately are or will become, so to say. What is an essential part of all of this? Let me sort my little camera out here. There we go. That's a bit better. What is an essential part of this is understanding with clarity that all your stresses and anxieties that you're feeling when you're disassociated from who you are, so you're operating outside of your core values, and what you're doing and how you're doing isn't aligned to who you are. You're getting these stresses, these anxieties, these discomforts, the feeling of being stuck, perhaps. Now, understand, these are feedback and signs. Now, what do I mean by feedback and signs? So I'm not able to see when you're putting a comment on here, but please do comment and I'll pick them up later on. Okay. Especially if you're on YouTube and on Facebook Live. I didn't even say that. Welcome to those who are on Facebook Live as well. Back onto the subject here. These are all feedbacks and signs. Now, we've got a choice to either listen to the signs of stress, anxiety, or we can deny them. Now, last year, as an example, I was doing a lot of running. I was on a whole fitness regime. There's also my story around how I ran my first marathon after never having run before. But while I was doing all my training, I wasn't listening to the signs my left knee was giving me. When I ran downhill, it was going twinge, twinge, twinge. There's so many runners out there. Maybe you'll reflect on that and understand it. I thought, I can get over it. It's only happening every now and again. And so my last half marathon, I thought, I'm going to push my time here. I want to hit 1:45, 1 hour 45, which I did. But the last kilometer was hopping because my left knee said, that's it. I didn't listen to the signs. It was about 9 months before I could actually run again. So here's my question to you. If stress is a sign, and that was stress on my knee, if stress is an emotional sign, feelings are disconnected and being stuck are signs, can you identify ones that you are perhaps ignoring or you've ignored in the past, and looking back now, you realize you paid a price? So if everything around you is a response to your actions, then this is feedback. Now, depending on how you read the feedback will depend on what you're actually going to be able to do going forward. So when I have a look at feedback, there's a number of ways that we can identify this. Now, where's my line? Where's my stuff over here? There we go. I've got to turn it back on again. You can either cave in and quit. So feedback is an essential part of understanding the universe, our bodies, physically, spiritually, sending us signals that we're going the wrong way, we're doing something incorrectly. So that's the feedback. Now, you either cave in and quit, where you break down and you give up. I could have done that on my runs. When you do not accept the feedback as part of the journey, and it's understanding that it's purely guidance, but it's not criticism. So somebody's giving you feedback doesn't necessarily mean that it's criticism. Personal feedback is not criticism, but take it in another way for growth. Now, secondly, you can also get mad at the source. You can get shouts at the person giving you feedback. I've got to shout at and got mad at my knee. Why are you doing this to me? You can get frustrated, but the stress is only going to enhance. You're going to increase it. Personally, a person can stop giving you feedback at this point, which then stops you from growing. You can get aggravated by getting feedback. You can decide to ignore the feedback, not listen to it. Doesn't help. The universe gives us signs and feedback all the time. It's up to you whether you're going to accept it. So people give us this feedback. And the sad part is that the process is the feedback is there to help you, yet when you're ignoring it, no one benefits. Number 4, you can embrace and learn from it. When you learn that stress, anxiety, stuck, feelings of being disconnected from self are signs and you embrace them and you learn from it, that's when you move. That's when you grow. Now, what has this got to do with knowing who you are and what I've been explaining right at the beginning of my program on the 7 points? Take a screenshot of this if you would like. And if you're on my Pathfinder community, then scroll down and you'll find the PDF connection there as well. So let me just open that up for you so that you can grab a screenshot of it. I'm going to talk to you about this now. Got it? Great. Here's the tasks which you need to do to start on the journey of that truth understanding of who you are, and it's an interpersonal one for this week. The first one is sit down peacefully. No distractions, no cell phone, nobody going to disturb you. And go internally and ask yourself, what 5 words would others use to describe you? What 5 words would other people use to describe you? You're looking for 5 adjectives. Single words, maybe 2, but ideally single words that would be used that other people would describe you. The second one is, once you've done that, you've now lived and achieved so much. You've had your best 12 months of decades. So you're looking at saying, it's now December 2025. I've had my most amazing year. Congratulations. Who have you become? What 5 adjectives would you want others to describe you as in 12 months' time? Now, maybe they're similar. Maybe they're different. Now, once you've written that down, who do you know that has these new 5 traits? That's the next thing. Who do you know that has these 5 traits? It could be somebody you know personally, it could be somebody you look up to, it could be a star, it could be anybody. Then, number 4. So, point 1 is 5 words you would believe people would describe you as now. Question 2, or point 2, is in 12 months' time, after you've done the most amazing year of growth and business success, what are 5 words that you would want people to describe you as then? Number 3 is, who do you know that has these new traits? Number 4 is, what capabilities, training, skills, knowledge, insights, or habits do you need in order to become that person? Now, if you've got a specific individual as an example, or for example, I wanted to do, my goal last year was triathlons. So very easy for me to identify a triathlete and to do research around what makes a successful triathlete. How do they think? How do they train? Where do they hang out? What do they do? What do they eat? What do they say? What habits do they have? What habits do I have? They don't, so that I can get rid of them. So find a person if you want, or a group. So what capabilities do they have? Now you're starting to identify the points which I talk about in my goal activation plan. Now, more on that, and if you're on YouTube, you can scroll down. There's videos around the GAP principle, the goal activation plan, to take you from who you are now to who you ultimately will become. This is what it looks like. If I turn it on again. This is the goal activation plan. Now, again, if you're on my Pathfinder community, which is a free community, by the way, you'll scroll down, you'll find the PDF there. You can screenshot this, you can download it if you want, or alternatively, you can draw it up yourself. On the left is who you are. In the middle is the gap. Those are where you identify and you list your skills, your mindsets, your habits, your knowledge that you don't have in order to become who you will become. So you're listing who I am and who I will become, and then filling in the center as the goal activation plan. That's also a part of my entire program, which I have spoken about before, but I will cover again, I'm sure. So this is the interperspective stage. It's to identify who you are now, not why you do what you do, or how you do it, but who. Who is the center of everything, the beginning, middle, and end. This is your interperspective analysis. After all, the growth that you need or that you seek is on the other side of who you are, and typically that can be quite uncomfortable. So now you're breaking through that discomfort. And remember, signs of stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, procrastination, these are all signs. Learn how to read them. The signs can be instincts. It can come from your heart. It can come from a greater power. It can come from your body. But embrace the signs. Learn from the signs. Welcome them. And if you find that this was interesting and you want more information, reach out to me. You can reach out for a call. There'll be connection details on the links below this recording. And you can even join me on my free masterclass through November and the beginning of December. I'm running on Thursday evenings, 7 p.m. South Africa time, free masterclasses to help you understand more. And I dive deeper into them, giving you a lot of added value as well. You've got this. You're not alone in your journey. You can do this. So it's wonderful to connect with you. I'm here every Monday at 1 p.m. South Africa time. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Tim Wagner. I'm an international speaker and also known as a breathwork alchemist, as I use breath as the alchemy to break through that feeling of stress, anxiety, burnout, frustration, procrastination, whatever is holding you back. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Like, share, comment, and have an amazing week further. Ciao for now.